Dao De Jing Chapter 69. The Art of Defensive Strength. Those who engage in warfare have often said, "I do not dare to take the initiative and attack, but instead adopt a defensive stance. I do not dare to advance even a single step, but would rather retreat 1 inch. This is called, although there is an array of forces, it appears as if there is no formation at all. Although one must raise their arm to strike, it feels as though there is no arm to raise. Although facing the enemy, it feels as if there is no enemy to fight. Although there are weapons, it is as though there are no weapons to wield. There is no greater disaster than underestimating the enemy. Underestimating the enemy almost cost me my 3 treasures. Thus, when the forces of both sides are equal, the side with sorrow can achieve victory. Key thoughts and philosophical insight. 1. The strategy of restraint and subtlety. Laozi's teachings in this chapter highlight the concept of defensive strength and the art of restraint. The general does not act out of aggression, but adopts a position of passive defense. This is not about being weak or avoiding action, but about choosing a strategic stance that avoids unnecessary confrontation while maintaining readiness. It speaks to the power of subtlety. Sometimes, by acting as though there is no force, one's strength is heightened and the enemy is caught off guard. 2. Underestimating the enemy as a fatal error. Laozi warns against the danger of overconfidence and underestimating the enemy. The greatest disaster in war, or in life, is to dismiss challenges too lightly. This attitude can cause one to lose their key resources, the 3 treasures, which are wisdom, humility, and strategy. By underestimating the strength of the opposition, one risks losing their own advantages and ultimately their position. 3. The role of emotion and resilience in success in a conflict where both sides are equally matched. It is often the side that has greater emotional resilience, those who can endure sorrow and hardship, that will ultimately triumph. This suggests that success in any endeavor, whether in war or personal challenges, does not merely depend on raw power or external advantages, but on inner fortitude, adaptability, and the ability to endure through difficult moments. How this chapter offers modern wisdom. In today's context, Laozi's words resonate deeply, particularly in the realms of conflict resolution, leadership, and personal growth. In a world where aggressive actions often seem like the easiest solution, Laozi teaches the value of restraint, patience, and defensive strength. By adopting a calm, non-aggressive stance, one can maintain their position and even find victory in situations where direct confrontation might lead to unnecessary losses. In business, this philosophy encourages leaders to approach competition with caution. It is often wiser to wait and observe, adopting a defensive strategy that involves learning, listening, and adapting rather than rushing into aggressive moves. The long-term strategy of defense and subtlety often yields better results than a brash offensive. In personal relationships, this approach can help in managing conflicts. By not overreacting to emotional provocations or seeking to dominate the situation, we can maintain control and prevent unnecessary escalation. When dealing with challenges, whether personal or professional, adopting a defensive approach, one that is rooted in patience, humility, and careful planning, can help avoid greater difficulties in the future. Chapter 69 teaches the art of defensive strength and highlights the dangers of underestimating the enemy. By adopting a defensive stance and avoiding overconfidence, one can navigate conflict with greater wisdom and subtlety. The true strength of a leader or warrior lies not in their power to strike, but in their ability to resist the temptation to act recklessly and instead rely on strategic restraint. This chapter offers profound insights for anyone facing challenges, whether in warfare, business, or personal life, teaching that victory often comes to those who exercise patience, humility, and emotional resilience.